This is Ngô Quang, a young boy with disability, took the trouble to live in Hanoi for study and work. He understood that life in rural areas is difficult, but for people with disabilities is so much more. Upon graduating secondary school, he moved to Hanoi to join vocational training on graphic design. With his perseverance and the support of strangers as well as friends in the city, now he has learned to walk, have a job and stable life.
Sau khi ra ngoài xã hội thì em thấy là mình có thể tự chống chọi với cuộc sống được. Mình ở nhà thì được sự chăm lo của ba mẹ thì mình biết là sẽ không được lâu dài. Thì sau này mình vẫn phải tự mình chăm lo cho bản thân mình.
This is one of the 13 stories of migrants recorded in 9 provinces and cities across the country in the exhibition Where Can I Call Home, celebrating the annual International Migrants' Day, 18th of December, attracted the attention and sympathy from the public, especially those who immigrated.
Tôi không phải là người Hà Nội. Tôi xuất thân từ một thanh niên trung phong từ Điện Biên Phủ về. Tôi về đây thì được nhà nước cho tôi đi học nghề chữa xe ô tô. Đầu tiên thì tôi sống Hà Nội rất là bỡ ngỡ, nhưng sau dần dần thì qua thời gian công tác thì nó cũng quen, nhưng mà được hòa nhập một cách rất là đoàn kết, rất là vui vẻ mà được tôn trọng.
Ở bên Liên Hợp Quốc thì có mời em làm nhân vật thì em muốn truyền lời đến những bạn cùng cảnh và những bạn khó khăn là cố gắng. Thì mình tuy là có khó khăn nhưng mà mình phải cố gắng hết mình.
The exhibition showed the migrant stories of life and how they overcome the difficulties. Key driver of the recent wave of migration is the rapid economic development of Vietnam in 20 years. People have moved for a better life, seeking better employment opportunities in the growing cities and industrial areas. The contribution of migrants for the economy is undeniable. However, many of them belongs to vulnerable population and faced with many challenges and difficulties in life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shrine Vietnam on VTC10 at Viet. On the special episode celebrating the International Migrants' Day, we want to delegate stories about the life of migrants people in Vietnam through the talks with the representative from UNFPA, Ms. Astrid Band. Thank you, Ms. Astrid Band, for joining our program today. Recently, UNFPA, in collaborations with the General Statistics Office, has organized an exhibition called Where I Call Home. So could you share more with us on the message of the event?
All of us that live in cities on a daily basis, we are eye in eye with migrants all the time. We don't really think about it, but migrants often are looked at as unadapted to city life, there are too many of them, they take jobs away. But really, these are the people that do jobs that not many people want to do, and they work very hard. They bring very positive things, but the stigma is still attached, even to the way they talk or the way they dress, and we don't appreciate these people enough. I think it's interesting to know that being a migrant in some cities is easier than being a migrant in another city or smaller city. So the message one was the diversity of situations, and the other one was the personal sacrifice and drive, and the number of people involved in a migration, like the whole family changes, and we wanted to picture that. We think that policy change should also be directed at more support for elderly people that live in faraway places, that take care of children, and also support for these children, because although the parents send home money, they still lack the support of their parents. So I think it was beautiful because the authorities and the artists and the migrants and other policymakers, they came together in the same space and really communicated. And I think we had an important message to convey.
With years of research about the populations in Vietnam, could you share with us some of the significance that the migrants' families and workers has contributed to our society?
Very specifically, in a growing economy, not everything can be planned, and migrants will go where they're needed. They, by their own initiative, they will look for opportunities to improve their life. So they will support development in places where they occur, and will support that development to bloom. So I think that's an area where we could improve a lot our support, because a lot of the migrants go to opportunities through the mediation of their own networks. They have friends and family that also do that, so they'll go somewhere where they have heard that there are some opportunities. But that might not always be the most rational decision.
Within 5 years, there are about 12.4 million people, accounting for about 14% of Vietnam's population are domestic migrants. According to the latest study by the General Statistics Office, among all the difficulties facing migrants, housing is most mentioned. Up to 42.6% migrants said they have troubled on accommodation. Migrants often receive help from family, relatives, and friends instead of the local government, agencies, and groups in their destinations.
Ví dụ như là chúng tôi không có nhà ở đây, phải ở nhà tập thể chẳng hạn. Thế chồng tôi thì cũng là sinh viên đại học giao thông, cũng từ Điện Biên về. Cho nên là khi mà có công ăn việc làm rồi sinh các cháu, cuộc sống nó cũng phải là cùng với mọi người là cũng độc lực, cũng khó khăn. Cũng phải mất độ 5 năm thì mới có thể là hòa nhập được.
To tackle these problems, the authorities of Ho Chi Minh City, where more than 1/3 of the population are immigrants, contributing sustainably 30% of the city's GDP, has built many support models towards ensuring the rights and empower this vulnerable population of migrant people. Providing hands-on support for migrant workers is a typical program by the Vocational Training and Job Placement Center under the Ho Chi Minh Community Youth League in Ho Chi Minh City, deployed since the beginning of 2016. In particular, there will be free employment counseling, legal assistance for migrant workers. All the Youth and Workers Assistance Center, Ho Chi Minh City, also held many activities to help migrant workers.
Thì cho đến hiện nay là thành lập được 8 năm, thì trung tâm đã có rất là nhiều hoạt động cho các bạn về vui chơi giải trí, như là tổ chức các cái hội thao, các cái hội thi tiếng hát, các cái sân chơi. Bên cạnh đó thì về đời sống vật chất thì tổ chức các cái chương trình lễ cưới miễn phí cho các bạn, các cái chương trình thăm và tặng quà cho các bạn, và đặc biệt như năm nay có cái hoạt động đấy là trao tặng căn phòng mơ ước miễn phí 1 năm tiền nhà trọ cho các bạn.
Hai vợ chồng em có căn phòng mới cũng cảm thấy rất là vui, và một số tiền thuê phòng dư em gửi về cho hai bên gia đình.
With the income of less than 6 million Vietnam dong per month that this couple earned, paying for a 1 million Vietnam dong room is also a burden. With Dream Home, the burden is somewhat alleviated. Housing is just one of the numerous difficulties that immigrants face when arriving at a new place. Enabling policies, besides the help of the society, are extremely important for immigrants to integrate better, contribute more effectively and actively into the development of the country. We know that migrant peoples and their families face with a lot of challenges in their life, namely housings or social securities or education. Do you think the challenges are mostly from these general social perceptions, or is it in policies?
There's still a gap around this whole issue of registration that is a obvious deterrent, an obstacle to get people to get access to their rights. Rights to services, any rights, should be portable. It has improved, but people are still excluded from public education services for their children or public health access because they have temporary status. So one of the reasons why migrants might not have access to houses is they just arrived and they building up their capital, and it will take a while. But there's some deeper reasons, like the cities receive resources on the basis of their population that is registered as permanent citizens. And newcomers are not taken into account. They would have to plan on like a growing population of migrants year after year, but they don't. No, they don't do that enough. So also because the migrants don't participate very well in local processes. So I think there's a lot to be done in terms of absorbing newcomers and really give them all the options that other citizens also have.
However, do you see any positive changes in the lives of migrant people in Vietnam in recent years?
There are improvements, but you have to take into account that this is a process that has no end, because cities are going to grow, and not just Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, and Hanoi, but also mid-sized cities are going to grow. So we need to be vigilant and keep in touch with the migration processes.
And what are the support that UNFPA provided for Vietnam in order to create a more enabling environment, more supporting environment for the Vietnamese migrants?
It's not a specific program. It's like you have to have a very global view on migration. Now what we're going to do in this year is with the partners look at what are the areas of specific interest that we need to dig in deeper. We have to plan a permanent mechanism to make sure that cities are equipped to keep on growing. And what happens to these towns that are sort of drained of their most talented, the potential leaders of these towns. So it's not just having good policies for the cities, but also having really good policies for the base of where they come from.
Thank you so much, Ms. Astrid Ban, for your sharing today. And I hope that together with the support of UNFPA and international organizations, the migrants' family in Vietnam and the migrant population in general will receive a lot of support and generally gain a lot of benefits from migrations. That's the end of our program today. Thank you so much for watching us. Hopefully from the show a lot of you can relate to the lives of the migrant people, and in order to create an equal environment, equal chance for those who have traveled a long way from their homes in order to make a better life. Any questions and recommendations, please email to shrankvietnam@netvittv.net. Thank you and see you again.